Setting aside the security risks, I think one of the reasons why you're having such a difficult time here in the U.S., we talk to CEOs all the time, and they complain about the forced technology transfers and the unlevel playing field for these, let's say, American companies to go compete directly in China. And so I think there's a lot of viewers and business people who would say, well, that's probably a good thing that Huawei is having difficulty in the U.S. because we have an extremely difficult time in China.
Well, as you know, that's one of the primary agenda items for the Trump administration in the trade talks, forced technology transfer, and the concern that China is not a rule of law nation. We do see in the last 2 years that China is making steps toward it. I'm only saying steps toward it. I'm not saying it's implemented. They've implemented additional protections for intellectual property. They've created a court, appellate court for intellectual property. They've lightened the restrictions on forced technology transfer. Those are moving in the right direction. But I agree, that's a major concern. That's one of the reasons the Trump administration, both Democrats and Republicans actually, are very concerned about that. And our private sector and the private sector around the world is concerned about it.
If there is not a solution that comes anytime soon, what will it mean for Huawei? How damaging has this been?
Well, not very. You see our third quarter year-over-year results were up 24.4%, a profit of 8.7%. The fact is, we're doing fine. How much of an impact? It's not clear, but the impact on American jobs, both our customers that I mentioned, but more importantly, 200 American companies are waiting to sell non-strategic parts to Huawei. 11 or 12 billion a year. 40,000 American jobs are at risk. And if we have to, we will go overseas and buy them. Right now, we're able to make our 5G technology with no American components. We want to come back. We want to continue to partner with Google. But if we're forced to, we'll have to go elsewhere.
You think this is trade talks or you think this is security? What do you think the real issue is?
Well, because of the trade talks, the U.S. government won't talk with us. There's a continuum of people and their hostility toward China. Some would say, don't allow anybody to sell to China. Don't allow anybody to sell to Huawei, because in terms of the competitive battle, economic superiority is critical to military superiority. So they want to try to hurt China. But we have to not cut off our nose to spite our face. If we hurt Americans to hurt China, we haven't improved our position. We need an industrial policy to figure out whether and how we want to compete in 5G and 6G. What are the innovations that are most necessary to make America maintain its leadership in the world?